येनाक्षरसमां नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। येन दौता गिरः पुंसामि बलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चज्ञानजं भिन्नं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। अज्ञानान्दस्य लोकस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। Okay. In the last classes, we discussed about Padam and Bham, the two sangas given by these sutras. Suptingantam Padam Nakke Siticha Swadisho Sarvanamasthane. By these sutra, Padasangna is given. By Echibam and Tasaumatvarte, Bhasangna is given. By blocking Padasangna in some cases, Ayasmayadini Chandasi. This is restricted to Chandas case only, where both sangnas are applied appropriately as required to derive the correct form. We have this section of Bha Sangnadikara, Bha Adhikara, Basya Adhikara within Angadhikara. Within the Adhikara Angasya, we have Bhasya. This Angasya starts from 6.4.1, the first sutra of 6.4. It goes till the last sutra of 7.4. But within that section, we have this Adhikara, Bhasya, which starts with 6.4.129, 129th sutra, up to the last sutra of this pada, 6.4. Rutvya Vaspya Vaktva Madhvi Iranyayani Chandasi. Up to this sutra, whatever the karyas that are told in this section, starting from Pada Pat up to the last sutra of that pada, all are restricted to, all are told on an anga which is a bha, which is a bhasangna anga. So we shall study a few sutras from this section so that we we make out the prayojana bha sangna. So let us take the first sutra, pada pat. Pada pat, it means padaha is in shashti, pat is in pratama. So that is the sthani, this is the adesha. So pad will get pat here. Pat is actually pad by the sutra va vasani. There will be chatvam. So dakara can be converted into takara optionally when it is present at the end of a pada and it is not followed by any other word. So pada pat by this sutra, pad is converted into pad whenever that pad is qualifies as a bha. When it is a bha, then only that pad will be converted into pad. So consider tritiya ekavachana pratyaya for the pratipadikam supad. Here the pratipadikam ends with pad. By yena vidis tadantasya, tadanta vidhi is applicable. So all the words which end with pad also get this conversion of pad to pad. So here we have a, the pratyaya. So this a is a h letter. So by yachibam, this supad, whenever it is followed by an ajadi pratyaya, it is called as bha. So we have the sutra padapatin basya adhikara. So pad will be converted into pad whenever it is a bha. So supad becomes supad and a. So we have supada in tritiya ekavachana. Why basya? Because whenever the anga is not bha, then this conversion will not be seen. So consider supad plus au. Here au is a sarvanama sthanam. So This bhasangna is applicable for the swadi pratyaya which start with ajadi or yakaradi, but they should not be sarvanamasthana pratyaya. So here how we say sarvanamasthana. So supad is not bha, so this conversion of pad to pad will not be there. So we have supadau. We don't see pad. It is not supadau, it is supadau only. And also supad plus bhyam. Here the pratyaya bhyam starts with bhakara, which is neither yakara nor aja ach letter. So here supad is not a bha. So here also there will not be conversion of pad to pad. Supad bhyam. It is not supad bhyam, it is supad bhyam. But whenever it is ba, then pad will be converted into pad. Supad plus ne, supade, chaturthi ekavachana, supadaha, panchami and shashti ekavachana, like that. Vaso samprasaranam, the next sutra. Vasoho samprasaranam. Whenever a word which ends with was is bha, then that was undergoes samprasaranam. We know that samprasaranam means by Igyana samprasaranam, the conversion of end letters into ik is called as samprasaranam. So in vasu we have vakara, a end letter, so that vakara will be converted into ukara, an ik letter. So that is the samprasaranam given by this sutra. So let us take the pratipadikam with vas. It ends with vas, with vas. So by this sutra vasosam, and this is ba because it follows a swadi pratyaya which is not sarvanamasthana and which is ajadi. This a is a ajadi pratyaya. So with vas is a bha. So we have samprasaranam now by this sutra. Vakara become ukara and vakarottara akara remains as it is. By the sutra samprasaranacha 61108 we studied, that will be purva rupa vu. So this is udus, and by adesha pratyaya yoho we have sakarasya shakaraha, because this sakara of was in the of was in vidvas is of a pratyaya. This vidvas is formed by adding shatru pratyaya to the dhatu vid. In presence of with for the dhatu vid, shatru pratyaya will be replaced by was. So so that was is the pratyaya that we are seeing here with was. So that was is a pratyaya. So that sakara here is from that pratyaya was. So it is pratyayasya sakarah. So by adesha pratyayayoho, the sakara of the pratyaya, whenever it is preceded by in letters or kavargiya letter, there will be shatva. That sakara will be converted into shakara. So we have vidushe is the chaturthi ekavachana of vidvas. If you take the dvitiya ekavachana of this for the same pratipadika vidvas, here dvitiya ekavachana ham is a sarvanamasthana, so it is not bham, it is not bha. So we don't see that samprasaranam here. So the form is vidvamsam. We don't need to worry how this form is generated. We have to understood that this is not bha here, so there is no samprasaranam here. That vakara is heard or is seen in this form. Vidvamsam. Similarly, vidvas plus sup. Here, this sup is not sarvanamasthana, okay, but this is haladi. This pratyaya sup is not Ajadi or it is not Yakaradi. So this Vidvas is not Bha here. So since it is not Bha here, there will not be Samprasaranam. So we have Vidvatsu. Vidvatsu. Again, no need to worry about the generation of the form. We will study all those prakriya in the later classes. Just understand that this Vidvas is not pada. This Vidvas is not bha here, so there is no samprasaranam here. This is about vaso samprasaranam in brief. Vahavut. Vahavut, very clear. Vahaha Shashti, Woot Pratama. So Vah will get Woot. The Samprasaranam comes as Anurti from the previous sutra. So Vah will get Samprasaranam, but the Samprasaranam will be Woot. Instead of Rasva Vu, it is given as Dirgha Vu here because there is a prayojan of that in this sutra. Etedat Yudso, by which instead of Gunadesha there will be Ruddhi Adesha. Whenever we want Ruddhi Adesha instead of Guna Adesha, that instead of U, that Ut is given. So by this sutra, the words which are ending with Vah or the word Vah itself, it will get the Samprasaranam as Ut whenever it is Bha. So consider the Shas Pratyaya. This Vishwavah is a Pullinga word. So by Sudanapumsakasya, only the first five Supratyas are called as Sarvanamastanam. And this is the sixth Pratyaya. So it is not Sarvanamastanam for the Pullinga words. So here, since this As is Drushyarupa Shas is As, so it is Ajadi. So here Vishwavah is Bha. So by the Sutra Vahavut, we have Woot in place of Vakara. So by Samprasaranacha, there will be Purva Rupa. And we have the Sutra Yet Yedat Yudsu, by which the Akara present after Vakara of the Vishwa combines with this Woot to form Au instead of Wo. Here, Gunasandhi or Adgunaha is blocked by Yet Yedat Yudsu and Ruddhi Adesha is given. This we studied while we were studying the sutra Yet Edat Yudsu. The same prakriya is repeating here. Vishwau by the sutra Yet Edat Yudsu, and we have the final form Vishwauhas and Sakarasya Visargaha. Vishwauhaha. So this Vaha vote, whenever this Vaha is qualifies as Bha, there will be Voot Samprasaranam. Consider it was for Shasso. Consider for just now. Just is the third Pratyaya. So our just. So that is a Sarvanamastanam for Pullinga word. So here this Vishwavah is not Bha. So we have without Samprasaranam Vishwavah plus As Vishwavahas and Sakarasya Visargaha Vishwavahaha. Similarly, Vishwavah plus Bis, here it is not Ba because the Pratyaya does not start with Yakara or Ach letter. It starts with Bakara, so it is not Bha. So we have Vishwavad Bihi Sakarasya Visargaha. This Hakara to Dakara, we have some separate sutras in Pada. Padasya Adhikara. Whenever here this Vishwavah is a Pada by the Sutra Swadishu Asarvanamastane. So there will be some Padakarya by which this change will be seen that we were going to study in next hour, day after tomorrow. Next, Shva Yuva Magonam Atadite. By this Sutra, that word Shvan, Yuvan, Magavan, these also get Samprasaranam whenever these are called as bha, but not in presence of a tadita pratyaya. The pratyaya should not be a tadita pratyaya. We have this word atadite. So, if a tadita binna pratyaya is present after these words, and if that pratyaya starts with yakara or H letter, then there will be some prasaranam for these words Shwan, Yuvan, and Magavan. Next year, I have considered Shwan plus ta. Here ta takara is ittu, so dirgha a. Here by samprasaranam vakarasya ukaraha, it becomes shu plus n, shun plus a, shuna. Similarly, Yuvan plus as. Here also this vakarasya ukaraha. Ukara plus akara by samprasaranacha ukara. This u plus the u present after this yakara, they combine to form dirgha by akasavarane dirgha. So u plus n plus as yunaha. Magavan, this vakarasya ukaraha. This gakarottara akara plus u combined to form o by adgunaha. So magon plus as magonaha. But if they are not ba, this samprasaranam will not be seen. Consider shwan plus au. Here this au is not is a sarvanamasthana, so there will not be samprasaranam. We have shwanau. Yuvan plus jas. This jas is also samprasaranam. This is the third pratyaya. So yuvanaha. We don't see samprasaranam here also. Magavan plus bs. This starts with bakara. So this is Magavan is not a bha here. So here also there is no samprasaranam. Magavabihi. Next, alloponaha. At lopaha anaha is the padacheda of this sutra. Allopoanaha. Allopoanaha. At lopaha anaha. So lopaha, and actually at lopaha is a samasanta word. I have just written separately. That should not be written so. At lopaha, allopaha, akarasya lopaha. Anaha. Anaha means whenever the word ends with an, then the akara of that an will be deleted whenever that word is a bha. So we have Rajan plus Am. This Am is the Shashti Bahuvachana Pratyaya. This word Rajan ends with an. So by Allopo Anaha, whenever this is a Basangna, Rajan is a Bha here. So that Akara undergoes Lopa by this sutra, Allopo Anaha. So by Shutva, we are going to study later. That Nakarasya Nyakaraha, and we have Ragnam. But if it is not Ba, then this Akara Lopa will not be seen. For example, Rajan plus Jas. Jas is Sarvanamasthana, so it is not Ba. So Rajan is not Ba. So we have Rajanaha. That Alopa is not seen here. Rajan plus Byam, here also the Akara present after Jakara is not elided or deleted. So because of this pratyaya byam, because of which the Rajan is not a ba. So we have Rajabhyam. We have Jakara and followed by Bhyam. We have Rasva Akara here. We have that sutra Supicha, by which this Akara which is present after Jakara should undergo Dirghadesha by that sutra Supicha. Whenever a Supratyaya is present, which starts with any pratyaharasya letter, then rasvakara should undergo dirghadesha. But this Rajan plus Byam, here Nakara at the end of this Pratipadika undergoes deletion by the Sutra Nalopa Pratipadika which is in 8.2. That Sutra is in 8.2. That means it is in Tripadi. So that Sutra is Asiddha with respect to Supicha. So once we apply Nalopa Pratipadika then we cannot apply Supicha. So that sutra is asiddha. Nalopa pratipadikantasya asiddha with respect to supicha. So supicha cannot be applied here. So we don't see dirgha here. Rajabhyam instead of rajabhyam. Next sutra vibhashang nishyoho. We skip Shapurva and Dhritaragna. Then vibhasha nishyoho. Vibhasha means optionally. So this alopohanaha is by this sutra alopa was mandated, that alopa is optionally done whenever that ba sangna that ba pada, that ba is followed by ni pratyaya or she pratyaya. So we have rajan plus ni or naman plus she. This she is actually an adesha for au pratyaya. Prathama and Dvitiya Dvivachana Pratyaya how will be converted into she in case of Napumsakalinga words and Strilinga words. So that is the Pratyaya taken here. So if we delete that Akara, then we have the form as Rangni. If we don't delete, then we have the form as Rajani. Rajan plus E, Rajani. Similarly, Naman plus E, Namni or Namani. This is optional in case of the Ni Pratyaya and She Pratyaya. Naman plus E is Namni or Namani. You see both the forms look similar, but the Prathama and Dvitiya Dvivachana Pratyayanta form ends with Dirgha Ikara and Saptami Ekavachana ends with Rasva Ikara. That is the only difference. Otherwise, both look similar. They are different. Next sutra, na sanyogad vamantat. Na sanyogad vamantat. But if that akara of the unending word is present after a sanyoga which ends with vakara or makara. Sanyoga na sanyogad vamantat. If the sanyoga ends with vakara or makara, yeah, consider these words Atman, Yajvan. Here the word Atman ends with an. This Yajvan also ends with an, but that an comes after the sanyoga tva, tma here and jva here. This tma ends with makara and this yajvan, that jva ends with vakara. So by this sutra, if the an of a word ends with is present after a sanyoga which ends with makara or vakara, then even though that word atman or yajvan or any such words are called as bha, this allopo anaha is not applicable. That alopa will not be seen. Na sanyogad vamantat. So we have the forms as atmana in tritiya ekavachana. We don't delete that akara before present, that is present before nakara. Atmana and yajvan plus os yajvanoho. And the last sutra in this section that we are going to study is ato dhatoho. So by this sutra, if there is a word which ends with dirgha akara, and if it is called as dhatu, if that word is called as dhatu also, then if it is called as bha, then there will be deletion of that dirgha akara by this sutra. Consider this example, it will be clear. Vishwapa plus as. This Vishwapa is the Pratipadikam, which is derived by adding the Pratyaya Wij, I think, with Wij to the Dhatu Pa. Pa is the Dhatu. Pa means to protect, to take care of. Vishwam Pati Saha, the one who protects the universe. In that meaning, that Pratyaya is added to Padatu. Here, once we apply that Pratyaya, then whatever the Pratipadika we get now, that is a Pratipadika by Krut Aditya Samasascha, but still the Pratipadikas which end with Vippu Pratyaya or Wij Pratyaya, they are still called as Dhatu, because they end with Dhatu, and this Wij or Vippu, in both the cases the whole Pratyaya undergoes deletion. There is nothing left. So in case of Vippu, that Kakara and Pakara Ritu Ikara is for Ucharanata, only Vakara is left by where Apruktasya, that also gets deleted. In case of Vijju, Jakara is Ittu and Ikara is for pronunciation. So there also only only Vakara is left whereby where Apruktasya, that also gets deleted. So we have which pratyaya added to dhatu pa. So we get this word Vishwapa. So there is a paribhasha by which vip pratyayanta words, they are called as pratipadika, no doubt in it, but still the dhatutva of the dhatu present in that pratipadika will be there, so there can be called as, they are called as dhatu also. So such words which end with dhatu, and if they end with dirgha akara, then there will be deletion of that dirgha akara whenever it is called as bha. So Vishwapa is a pratipadikam. I have added Shas Pratyaya, the sixth Pratyaya. So it is not Sarvanamastanam. So Vishwapa is a bha here. So here, since Vishwapa is a bha here, there will be deletion of this dirgha akara. So Vishwapa becomes Vishwap plus as Vishwapas, and we have the form as Vishwapaha. Vishwapaha, the akara is deleted here. But in case of Jas, this Jas is Sarvanamasthana, so this Vishwapa is not ba here. So we don't see the deletion of Dirghakara. By Akasavarna Dirghaka, this A and this A, they combine to form Vishwapaha, Dirgha, Vishwapaha. This is the Pratama Bahuvachana, this is the Dvitiya Bahuvachana. And Vishwapa plus Byas, this again this Bakarati. So Vishwapa is not a bha here, so there will not be dirgha akara lopaha. So we have Vishwapabhyaha. So these are the some of the sutras in this adhikara called as Basya. Because of that bha sangna of the adhikara, these changes, this prakriya can be seen in the derivation of these words. If they are not ba, then those changes are not seen. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.